Good morning. So this is not my usual reading schedule, but I'm kind of having an off morning. I usually wake up and have coffee and watch a YouTube video or something, but today it's like nothing is capturing my interest, and I'm trying to figure out what that energy is. And I decided to come here on YouTube just in case other people are maybe experiencing having an off morning. So just a moment ago, I pulled from the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck, and I got the Mother card. Let me see if it's still on top here. Yeah, it's still on top here. And essentially the Mother card is, I love myself unconditionally. So to me, this means that perhaps if you are also experiencing an off morning and off energy, that it's time to nurture yourself. And this is funny because this sounds so similar to the last reading I did. But I just want to go into the tarot and ask, what's a way that we can nurture ourselves today? What's something that we need to look into, something that is maybe being neglected? Okay, this is so silly. This is literally, okay, so this is the Knight of Cups, and this is literally the card that I relate to finding ways to make yourself comfortable during times of change or discomfort or like stagnation or anything. You know what I mean? Like, this is literally the card, and I pulled it last time. And it's a very soothing card. There's this kind of like lit candle, and it's a vibe, and there's some lavender, which is super soothing. I love lavender. I love purple. So I'm finding this just hilarious that this is the card we get. Oh no, I don't have my book. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. So not only am I back, but I'm back with reinforcements. I think I'm going to add a couple more things into here. This is going to be a little silly, but I found this lavender candle when I was looking for my book. So we're going to light that up. I'm going to heat up like a lavender. I have like this lavender like herbal neck wrap. Okay, so this is already starting out to be a great video. Very unconventional. Let's keep moving forward. I just wanted to, I guess, show Spirit that I'm very committed to this idea of comfort that's being presented, specifically with the lavender. Okay. Doing whatever we can to shake things up. Okay, it essentially flipped right to this card. So it says, a candle's glow draws in delicate moths who dance around the glass containing the flame. Fragrant lavender has been set nearby, its scent permeating the air. Rose quartz has also been placed, a symbol of desires manifested. In the background, a quarter moon hangs low in the sky. The Knight of Cups represents romance, peace, and gentleness. The moths are drawn to the light and the warmth from the candle, and the Knight holds the same sway over those who cross his path. He is calm, in tune with his emotions, and charming. His demeanor makes him a great partner in any form, and he can easily express... Sorry. Here it is. I got this on Amazon, by the way. It's pretty great. I really like it. It came with like an eye mask, like that you can also heat up and put on your face. But I really like it because I can like button it together right here. And now we're ready for the rest of this reading. Okay, so he is calm, in tune with his emotions, and charming. His demeanor makes him a great partner in any form, and he can easily express creative ideas and thoughts. Lavender is a wonderfully fragrant herb and flower. It is often used to relieve nerves and promote calm sleep and peaceful dreams. It can be dried and put into sachets under a pillow, or sprinkled into bath water for a relaxing or romantic evening. I already feel more calm. Okay, so these abilities to ease the mind and body are inherent in the Knight of Cups. His presence is comforting and soothing, just like the delicate purple blooms. Upright, it represents tranquility, sensitive intimacy, grace, and chivalry. Chivalry. I did it. Okay. Great. So I feel the meaning of this card is very straightforward. We're going to pull some more cards. And I guess, like, I don't know what your day looks like, but my day is pretty open. And I'm just kind of wondering what to do with this, with this energy. So if you're also having a morning where it's like your routines are just like not routining, that kind of leaves room for maybe adventure and openness. And I'm not saying that means you're full of energy and you're going to go do something crazy, but maybe we could find some way to like change up the routine just a little bit. Just to leave some room for like the unexpected. Yeah, that's a good energy for today. Making some room for like the unexpected. That's cool. So what's something we could think about doing today to shake up the energy, because it seems like just the old stuff is not working anymore and it's time to try something new. The Four of Cups. So I think what becomes apparent or that sticks out to most in this card is there's synchronicity. There seems to be like duplications of things. In this Four of Cups energy, we see that part of the Four of Cups is this like reflection in the water, and that really stands out, as well as these two like, I don't know what these are, maybe like mussels or oysters or something, kind of like cozy down here in the bottom of the ocean, or whatever body of water this is. Let's read the meaning of the card. More Cups energy. Cups is representative of the element of water. It represents intuition and emotion. So maybe this is a good day to tap into your intuition and emotions and see what comes up, maybe something unexpected. Four of Cups, Four of Cups. Two mussels feel the passing currents from their home in the colorful pebbles of the lake bed. They remain mostly closed, opening to release a few bubbles and drink in fresh water. Above them, two golden chalices stand at the water's edge, the surface's reflection doubling their image. The Four of Cups symbolizes reflection and introspection. Now may be the time to turn inward and spend time with your thoughts and feelings. That's pretty much what I just said. This can be a helpful process, a time to meditate on aspirations and desires. However, if you focus inward for too long, you may become oblivious to the opportunities passing before you. Mussels survive through a filtration process, which means that they can reside within the safety of their shell for most of the day. This process works well for them and can keep them safe from predators, but also doesn't lend itself to a very exciting life. Oh. Most things pass over the mollusks nestled in the sand below, and they often go unnoticed. This is the warning of the Four of Cups. Spend some time looking inward, but don't forget to step back into the outside world. The Two of Cups are made for by the water's reflection. If cups represent our expression of emotion and feelings, this card asks us to reflect on those things. Take some time to think about what drives your actions, what motivates you, and have those feelings that are manifested into reality. Represents meditation, personal reflection, and introspection. It could also mean being closed off, clamming up, or self-protection. I really feel this card. So I think this makes me sad. This is like the Four of Cups is just giving us energy of somebody who's been hurt, somebody who's reclused into their safe space. They're saying like, good job for maintaining your silence, good job for tapping into your intuition, for meditating, for tuning in. But like, you can only spend so much time in this, right? And I think there comes a time after reflecting that you need to go interact with the world again. See what surprises and adventures await you out there, and like, try something new. I'm just laughing because I'm like, wow, this is really for myself. But I know that if I'm relating to this, somebody else is probably relating to this too. The bottom of the deck energy is once again cups. We have the Seven of Cups. 7 is usually the number I equate to like the spiritual journey. And then once again, cups being intuition, emotion, creativity. So this is funny because I actually know the meaning of this card. You can see this frog right here. It's like, this frog is in a daze because he's like, oh my God, there are so many insect options. Which one am I going to choose? So I know that the way that the author wrote this card, it's supposed to represent being like paralyzed by decision. But for some reason, when I look at this card, I have like a more optimistic view of it. I feel like, wow, like there's so many options and opportunities. Like, what are you going to pick? Like, essentially, the world is your oyster, mussel, whatever. So that is what I see in this card. So you can take whatever definition is like suits you today, but I prefer the more optimistic expression of this card, which is just like, wow, there's just so many options and so many things for you to choose today. Like, what are you going to choose? You know what I mean? Like, the world is your oyster. And if you do for some reason feel like paralyzed by decision, you have decision fatigue, just choose something. You're going to learn something from choosing anything. There are no right or wrong answers in life because you always learn from quote unquote mistakes. Like, there really is no such thing as a mistake. You cannot make the wrong choice because you are always going to learn. Things will unravel as they are supposed to unravel. What else? I feel like pretty satisfied with these cards. I kind of want one more. I'm not sure what for. But it's just giving me this like comforting sense of like your future, your present, it's like in your hands. You know what I mean? You literally cannot make a wrong move. Just do something, do anything that you want to do right now. I'm gonna see if we can pull any cards to like reinforce that idea. Okay, I'm gonna pull more than one. That one kind of jumped at me. Oop. Interesting. I love when I get a frog card and I get more frogs. Yep, more frogs. I'm taking that too. I already know what this is. Oop, I don't know what that one is. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. I'm going to look into this in the book, but the Queen of Cups, once again, another lovely little frog. So the Queen in a tarot deck represents like internal mastery, whereas the King represents like you've gotten to the point of mastery where now it's time for you to like lead and teach others. So this is representative of like mastering your emotions, your intuition, which is a beautiful energy to have. And I think it's just saying like you're ready. You've mastered your intuition. You've are learning about your emotions. Like it is okay to step out of your comfort zone. You can see this Four of Swords right here. It's once again a frog, but it is like protective, right? This frog, toad, whatever you want to call it, he is in like the womb of Mother Earth. He is covered by like a little snow cap and a tree. He's surrounded by four swords. He is protected. This is representative of where you've been. You've been in this hermit mode. You've been nesting. You've been settling in, right? And it's saying essentially that like you're ready. You're going to be ready soon to put yourself out there, to pick one of these options that are before you, to just change things up a bit, to like leave room for the unexpected. We also pulled this Three of Swords. Yeah, right here. Okay, so it's giving me the impression of maybe you feel like you've been held back. Maybe you feel like the universe has like put you in a time out. I feel like you've been sitting with yourself. You've been doing the healing work, right? You've been feeling like you're in timeout. You've been feeling like your wings are pinned. Like you can't do the things you want to do for whatever reason. And I'm really just getting the sense that like it's almost like an illusion, like these swords. There's nothing actually pinning you down anymore. Like you've learned the lessons that you've needed to learn, and now it's time to put yourself out there again. I'm going to go ahead and read the definition of the Three of Swords to see if there's any more insights that we can pick up from this book. The Ace of Cups really caught my attention. Bounty. Cool. Ace of Cups. Yeah, sorry. It's just like the Ace of Cups energy is just giving like this is a brand new day. I just flipped to this in the book, like the new moon, fresh start. Cups in this instance representing like you're just like a well of creativity, right? And you're like really like attracting people to you with your like creative spirit. Anyway, back to the Three of Swords. Wherever you are, King of Swords. There we are. Okay, so it says, a cardinal spreads its wings to take flight, only to be pierced suddenly by three swords. In a flurry of scarlet feathers, the bird is pinned, unable to fly. Dried branches lay crossed over one another, seemingly dead except for the small hints of green at the ends. The Three of Swords symbolizes betrayal and grief. I feel that. A difficult situation has left heartache and sorrow in its wake. Someone close to you has done something hurtful, either to your face or behind your back. And mind you, this doesn't have to be somebody. I actually really don't prefer card readings that focus too much on outside parties, because I feel like every situation around you, including other people, is always a mirror to yourself, right? And that doesn't mean that you don't need to not have conversations, like difficult conversations with people, but I prefer tarot and just this work to be self-reflected. I really don't like the idea of externalizing our issues, or always thinking that our issues are something on the outside. And I know it can feel that way sometimes, but every perceived issue on the outside is always just trying to reveal something to you about yourself. That's it. That's all it is, even if it's another person, an incident, or an event. So something has caused you heartache and sorrow. This wound is deep and unexpected. However painful this may be, it's important to remember that this is not the end, but a challenge to overcome. Life will continue, evident by the green growth on the branches. The message of the Three of Swords can be a difficult one to accept. Life is full of scenarios where pain and doubt override hope and positivity. Swords represent intellect and communication. In this case, indicate a misuse of information or misunderstanding from someone once trustworthy. Whether small or large, good or bad intention, the damage is done. Look for the positivity that comes after the dust and the pain have settled. So this is giving me, it says, loss of hope. This is really giving me the energy of the Death card right now. This is about just kind of accepting your losses, like letting go and moving on from whatever situation that kind of like threw you off kilter. And I know that is easier said than done, trust me. But I find it really beautiful that we're getting this card right now, because we just had the Aquarius new moon, but we're still in the new moon energy. And to me, the new moon is all representative of clearing, releasing, and letting go, and like making room for new energy and setting new intentions. So this is like a really beautiful, beautiful spread to get right now. I want to ask another question. I want it to be like, where can we get like this extra boost that we need to like let go of whatever situation that we're holding on to? What would be like a good next step? That song from Frozen is coming into my head, like, just do like the next best thing. I'm not gonna sing right now. I just woke up a little while ago, but okay, I'm gonna sing. She's like, just do the next best thing. And it's a sad like part in Frozen 2. By the way, if you haven't seen Frozen 2, like you should really watch it, because it is really deep with like spiritual insight. But essentially like she's grieving like the loss of her sister. Oh, I just gave that away. But don't worry, it's a Disney movie, so it's not that deep. But it is. Okay, sorry. Like, so she's like completely in shambles, and she like does not know what to do next, right? And sometimes when you are left in the like damage, the wreckage, like the aftermath of a situation, and like you just feel completely scrambled, like you're like, I had a plan, the plan's been smashed to 1,000 pieces, like now I really don't know what to do. Like, cue the more ominous version of the Seven of Cups energy. Sometimes the only thing you can do is the next best thing. So I'm pulling the Hierophant from the bottom of the deck. I had to, because once again, it's another toad. And I'm pretty sure the Hierophant is like giving this energy of, but look how much you've grown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this toad has so much confidence right now. He's like, got his chest out. He's like, yep, things were shitty, but look how much I've grown. And I kind of am holding this like awareness now that I wasn't holding before. And it's really going to help in this next stage of life. So it says that an old toad watches the world patiently, because he's wise, sitting very still and taking in everything around him, the changes in the season, the weather, growth, and death. He is surrounded by a mandala of spice bush and morel mushrooms representative of natural cycles. The toad seems to have a radiant glow about him, something otherworldly and divine. Okay, so I'm not going to go on with this because I just got some more information. No, I am, because I forgot. Okay, so the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher who shows us when to move or when to be still, how to read the patterns in the sky and the plants, and how to become more connected to those around us. Through these natural cycles, we gain a greater awareness and understanding of our place in the world. He teaches us through example, and only those who look close enough will notice his presence and hear his message. In some decks, the Hierophant is a religious leader, an ordained member of the church. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader as well, but that one that turns to nature as a source of power and magic. So you've just experienced like a season of loss, and you've been taking a knee, you've been waiting very patiently, you've been learning the lessons that have been presented to you, and you've been doing such a good job. That's why you're getting this card. And I want to say that sometimes when you feel like your hope has been crushed and you're like, wow, it's almost like, I just can't plan anything because all of my plans just like turn to crap, right? And you kind of lose your passion for the plans that you had and your dreams and things like that. But this card is saying like that downtime in your life was so necessary to puzzle piece these things together, right? But now, like, I'm getting like the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like you experience loss and death, but now it's, as the cycles of life go, it is time to receive like abundance and joy. Like you feel like things aren't going to swing back around for you because you've been in this. See, it's the number 5. You've been in this 5 energy. You've been in this Phoenix energy. You've been in this like death and transformation energy. But it's time for you to start seeing like the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Like life is literally not going to get you down forever. You will not allow it to. You know what I mean? You were not put on this earth to suffer, no matter how much it feels like that sometimes. But I want to say something I'm getting from this card is you've been waiting patiently, and I feel like you're just waiting for this like big sign from the universe. But I think the universe is going to respond with these like small steps you take, and that could even be a small step of like doing something random today that you don't usually do, like shaking up your routine, just to have that like feedback system with the universe of like, okay, I'm like poking out of my shell now, like I'm ready, you know what I mean? Kind of been like, I'm ready, what's next, you know, kind of like tentatively putting your head out there like a fox, like sticking its head out of the cave, like, okay, I kind of want to see what you have for me now, you know. I've had some time to recover, I've taken a knee, I've done my best to like comfort myself, I've been reflective. Now I understand I have a lot of options because things aren't how they've appeared to seem. I've had time to recover, right? I'm now the master of my emotions. I realize that my perceived limitations are an illusion. And I'm maintaining that wisdom of the Hierophant now, where it is like, it is okay for me to start taking steps and moving forward because I know when it is time to act and when it is time for stillness. And I'm getting the sense that time for stillness You're gonna, mind you, you're gonna go in and out of the time for stillness, right? But just in general, like stillness, I think has been a large theme in your life. And now it's like time to maybe start taking small actions to trust yourself again with your decisions that you make, and trust that this time the universe has your back because you've been doing this internal work and you have so much knowledge about yourself now, and also the way that the universe works. Like, you're a completely different person than when you first went into this like cocoon. Okay, I'm gonna see what we have. Ooh, more cups. 6 of Cups. It's a very peaceful card. There's this like deer right here, and he's drinking from the river, and there's these cups. 6 is supposed to represent balance and harmony, and I think Spirit might be reaffirming, like, yeah, like I literally just flipped to the Wheel of Fortune, which was what I was talking about a moment ago. But anyway, that's cool. See, like, you can see, like, here's the death energy, and like here's the Phoenix rising energy. Like, you've been down here, but your time's coming, trust me. Even if you feel like a million people have been saying that, like, it's literally gonna happen. You've just been preparing for like an adventure, okay? You've just been preparing for like the next adventure. That's it. And you're about to drink from the cups, the abundance that life has to offer you. At a river's edge, a spotted fawn takes a break from playing to take a drink of cool water. Nearby, a field of dandelions are growing wild. So it represents purity, joy, nostalgia, and youthfulness. And I think that is like really the energy that you're about to bring into your life. Like, maybe up until this point, you feel like, wow, life's really like a lot of work. And I've just been working and working and working, and I've been challenged, and I've been learning my lessons, and things have been hard. And like, that is your just like blanket view of life, and that's just been your blanket view of life. But the universe saying is like, it's time for a win. It's time to start experiencing the joy. And like I said, you just need to take one small step, do the next right thing, the next best thing, or whatever, to create that momentum so that more joy can come into your life. So we also got the 6 of Swords in reverse. I don't really know what that means off the top of my head, but I don't know, looking at it, I'm just kind of like, it's time to put your swords down. Like, the swords are facing away from these moth creatures. I don't know what they are. It almost looks like they're shedding layers. It's like shedding layers of themselves. It's almost like the old you is being like laid to rest. This is reminding me of something that I was thinking about yesterday, because the swords are pointed away from these creatures. And I was just going on this like thought rant the other day where I was like, it is time for me to stop pointing my swords at myself and start pointing them outward, right? And I'm not saying like just go around like shanking people. It's not what I'm saying. But like, stop turning yourself into the enemy, right? And it's okay to like appear prickly to people, you know, just be yourself, whatever. You have scars, you have wounds. It's understandable that you're protective, right? But when people see whatever it is you have going on, only certain people are going to approach you. And I think that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of making myself the enemy. I'm taking the swords out of my heart, out of my back. I'm not going to put these, I don't know what I was going to say, forks. I'm not going to put these swords in myself anymore. It's time to turn them outward, right? It's time to like hold, I guess I'm holding them in my hands and I'm like, no, I'm strong. Like I pulled these swords out of myself and like I'm ready for anything. Like I can put myself out there because I've been through these challenges. Like I've proven that to myself, right? And when people see you holding these swords, I mean, one, they might be impressed. They might be like, wow, look at that badass, right? Look at all her battle scores and she's still standing. Like, that's so cool. But not everyone is going to approach you. And that is like such a good thing, right? That is like discernment. That is people doing the work for you. I love when people self eliminate. I love when people recognize that we're not an energetic match because it just means that I don't have to do the work of like sifting through whether or not I'm an energetic match with somebody because they've done it for me. So I don't know why this is coming up, but if for some reason like you felt rejected lately, where people stop talking to you, maybe they ghost you, something like that, I want you to try to like turn some gratitude on that situation because that happened for the best. You know what I mean? Like that's so you can keep your energy open to the people that are actually supposed to come in, right? And just be thankful that you didn't entertain like dead end energy for too long, that somebody else recognized it. Like it's just a really good thing. And like I was saying, like I don't want just anybody to approach me. Like I want the right people to approach me. You know, the people that I'm actually supposed to bring into my life. The people that have quality and something to offer me, right? Because I know at this point how much I have to offer. Like you should know how much you have to offer just with your existence. You don't have to do anything. It's just that good energy that you're carrying. And you want to make sure that that energy is reflected, right? That is, it's given back to you so that you can build and become like the biggest, shiniest version of yourself. Not so that you're giving your energy freely out to people and then you just have to recover, and you're staying like at the same energetic level or maybe even shrinking around people, right? Like that's just not the kind of people you want in your life. You want people that are going to nurture you, to feed into you, and to grow your energy because you are this Queen of Cups, which is awesome. Empathetic, passionate, good listener, healer, and intuitive. You are a valuable resource. And you need to change your self-concept, like your concept of yourself needs to change. You cannot carry around the small energy because then people are literally taking from you. Because you're playing small when you're not small. And it is dangerous for you and for the other people, right? I'm not going to get into that right now, but it is. Just trust me that when you play small, when you lower yourself and your energy to try to fit in places that you don't belong, I want you to trust that, like, it's also not good for those people because they're not really growing. They're not really growing by, like, leeching off your energy. It's like false growth. Like, they need to learn how to, like, self-generate. And especially if you start carrying, like, resentment for those people, they're absorbing some of that energy too. Like, it's just not good. But let me find this Six of Swords, and then I think I'm gonna close this down, shut it down, and maybe try to go do something random today. I have no idea what that is. Maybe take a yoga class or something. Maybe there's a class you've been meaning to try. Okay, so it says a field of forget-me-nots cascades around 6 swords with their points reaching up into the sky. A cicada, that's what these creatures are, emerges from its shell, leaving behind a container that no longer fits. You're leaving behind your old identity, the things that no longer serve you. Love that. Okay, a cicada emerges from its shell, blah, blah, okay. The cicada will be soft and vulnerable for a little while. See, you're that fox energy of like, I'm peeking out from my cave now because I'm like, what's out there? You know what I mean? So you're gonna be vulnerable for a little while until the new shell hardens and your wings dry. Then you can take flight for the next phase of your journey. So the Six of Swords represents transition, transformation. There comes a time in our lives where old parts of our lives no longer fit and they need to be shed. We outgrow people, places, and objects and leave them behind. It can be tough, but necessary steps for growth. It is vital not to forget the things we've let go of so we can look back and see how far we've traveled. Rebirth and transformation. This is like literally Phoenix energy. And you don't. So it just told me what this reversed means. And it says, an inability or refusal to change, constraint, or oppression. You're holding yourself back. Like the entire world is telling you like you're ready and it's time. And you're like, no, I'm scared. Like I've been hurt before. And the universe is like, you're going to keep feeling this like stagnant energy. You're going to keep just kind of like bathing in your like sorrows if you don't change something up. You know what I mean? That is literally what it's giving. You need to be brave, take some steps, take some actions, even if they're small steps and actions, doing things that are new, doing things that scare you, doing things that are out of your comfort zone. And it's going to build you up to taking these like profound leaps, to doing these quantum jumps, to jumping to like the highest timeline version of yourself where your life is completely different and you're living your dream life. But it is all representative in these like small actions, right? You're transforming with these small steps. And you're building up for like a bigger trust fall. Like it's going to get to the point where, you know, you don't feel like you're doing like trust fall with the universe anymore because so I want to tell you something about the ego, like the logical mind and like intuition. So we are a spirit inside of a physical form, right? By the way, 4141 just popped up. If that means anything. Okay, so, well, it's 2 5, so that's like transformation, so that's cool. But anyway, like, you are just having this like earth experience in a human body, and it's kind of like, it's temporary. You know what I mean? A lot of it's an illusion. Like, you're here to wake up and realize that like you are the god of your own universe. You do like create this reality. And you're here to learn something, even if the lessons are like not pleasant. Totally forgot what I was saying. Well, that was interesting. Okay, so you're just here to wake up. You are here to wake up and to take charge of your life. Oh, I was saying like, yeah, maybe you're tired of like, everything's like a trust fall all the time. But what you're doing is when you're making these tiny decisions, you're actually training your ego. You're like, hey, ego, like, I know you didn't know this for a while, but I'm actually like a spiritual being that's like tapped into my intuition and my higher self. And I know you like logic and the plans and like the rules of the universe that have like kept us alive so far. But there comes a point where that old shell of yourself, it's not really serving you because your higher self like orchestrated a plan that's like beyond your wildest like ability to comprehend. And the way that you get there isn't necessarily by taking these steps that people take in the logical world, because the logical brain and the ego are things that have been essentially like trained, like these programmings by like your family, society, and all of these things. And like, you don't really want to repeat that pattern because that's not like why you're here. You're here to like break free and just do things that haven't been done before, right? And that's like an unknown territory, and it's difficult because there's no like laid out blueprint of like, oh, A plus B equals C, and this is like how things work, and I've seen it done before, so I'm not really afraid. That's not what you're doing. Like, you're literally training your logical mind to let you know like, hey, it is okay to trust my intuition. Hey, it is okay to like trust spiritual aspects. And you're kind of doing this like training game where you take these like little risks, and then your ego's like, what? Hey, nothing like fell apart. Actually, something good happened, right? And so it starts to feel less like these like trust falls because you actually have developed the trust between your intuition and your ego. You know what I mean? You just have to think about your ego as like, it's just like a child or something. Like, you're like, we're just gonna try the new food that's like weird looking, but you might like it. You know what I mean? And then like the child's like, oh, actually that's not so bad. I like green beans now. Or whatever. Okay. This is the fairies card. I like that. It's 23. Ooh, I got 23 earlier when I pulled the mother card. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We're getting so many 5s. So we just got a 23. I know this is the fairy card. It's time to believe in magic again. And this is the Path of the Soul card, 41. And earlier, before I turned the camera on, I pulled 23 from the Sacred Cycles Oracle deck, which was the mother card. So let's read this. Let's read this and shut it down. Okay. So fairies. This card always reminds me of one of my friends. Okay, so magical. Embrace the magic within all your day-to-day experiences. Think back to the days of childhood when anything could happen. Begin to expect the unexpected. Many small yet wonderful surprises are coming your way. This is the calling of the universe to return to the childlike wonder and believe that anything can happen. Look for the magical in the mundane and watch as life transforms from the ordinary into a mystical adventure of the unexpected. So where's that card? Yeah, so here you go. Fairies and the 6 of Cups. It's time to play again. How exciting. And here's the Path of the Soul Destiny card, which is literally, it's like literally the words I can't find in my mouth. It's the same image. That's what I want to say. But anyway, that was not the fairy card, by the way. It was the magical card. In case I just turned to the fairy card. And it says, you're being asked to watch for situations that might get you fired up. Interesting. I'm going to ignore that right now. Okay, so Path of the Soul. This is a complete opening of the heart center. Your will, and the divine will are merging. Excellent, because it means you're going to have less resistance. When you start tapping into your intuitive desires and less of your ego desires, the things that you think you should want that aren't actually going to bring you happiness. This is how you tap into flow. So your will and the divine will are merging. This is the next step in the journey to ascension, operating fully from a place of love, because that's what the 5th dimension is. Trust each and every step you are guided to take, even if you do not understand it in this moment. There may be times that you feel overwhelmed with all you've been given. You are in the full flow with intuitive guidance, creative ideas, tasks, and undertakings. You may experience a mix of emotions and physical occurrences, but know that this is a natural part of the process. So I want to say, if you never change anything up, your life's always going to stay the same, right? But I want to also let you know that that is not actually true in all cases. And I don't want to scare you, but if you stagnate for too long, the universe will do something to nudge you out of your comfort zone. So like I said, I don't want to scare you, but sometimes it's maybe it would be better. Maybe it would be better if you just listened to your intuition and took those next best steps, rather than waiting for something big to happen to shake you out of your comfort zone. I don't want to preach a doom message. I'm just saying, the good thing is that you will always get to where you're going no matter what. So feel okay about that, right? But also know it's just okay to take action right now. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into this chaotic reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you appreciated the randomness. I hope to do more readings in the future. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see or hear from me. I have time and the energy and the desire to share with you and to connect with you. And whether that is through the cards or rants, doesn't matter. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you try something new today, even if it's green beans. Okay, bye.